Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to another press conference for the end of Season 2 of League Zero. My name is Zakaro, filling in for Acronator, and with me I have Overcharged. Say hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello,
Hello,
guys.
Hello.
Obama.
Oh, hi.
Okay. That's my meme,
Hi.
Cameron. What the fuck?
Hey, it's my name, dude.
What?
It's mine
It's a
too.
family show, no cussing.
Oh my god. It's gonna be like this, isn't it?
Hey, maybe, man.
It's okay. I don't cuss anyways.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm reformed.
We'll
I
get
just, I
right-
just, I
As
just
you
feed.
can
want
tell.
to sit down and watch this with
As
my
you
dad.
can tell, I'm reformed.
We'll get right into the questions. So your first question is from somebody in this voice chat, from Cameron. Why are you all so goddamn gorgeous?
Hell yeah.
You know,
Genetics.
I don't know how I do it, honestly. You know, I just wake up every morning, look at myself in the mirror, and think to myself, "Wow, I'm gonna feed today."
I put this question after like Razor and Kimbo face revealed in our Discord.
Wait, I face revealed? Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my god.
I didn't get to see that.
Did everybody face reveal and I just not know about it?
I know what you look
I have
like,
no idea.
Romeo.
Yeah,
haven't
no,
been
no,
able
no.
to see
That's
them
what
this
Campbell
year.
does.
Mine's on
I
my
mean,
Twitter. Milky
We're just a
Streams.
team for yeah. We're just a team full of models. I don't know what to tell you.
OverCharged is starting a magazine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
We're
my
gonna be on,
God.
we're gonna be on the League Zero calendar, swimsuit edition.
I heard
Alright.
Romy's on the cover.
This one's from Kernmaster. What was it like to rebuild a team 4 times?
Okay, it wasn't
Oh, it's
four
four
times.
times?
It was
I thought
not
it was
four
Three
times.
times, wasn't it?
It was like 2
It
times,
was
right?
3.5.
There
I
were like
would say
okay,
like
there's
that.
3 versions, technically 2 rebuild. If we're getting specific.
Yeah, only 2
I
times.
can help with the first one, because that was mainly me and Thumper, I think.
Yeah, it was the first rebuild was a lot of Thumper, Fimi, myself. It was Prime involved with that too. I think he was with that
Yeah.
rebuild.
He wasn't even there.
No, Prime was there
Oh,
since the
yeah,
beginning.
yeah. No, for some reason I thought you meant Sleepy.
Yeah.
No,
Oh yeah, Sleepy
Prime was
dipped.
there, but he wasn't really doing much. It was mainly just me and Thumper all night, just working on like
Yeah, it's because you
which
guys were
free agents
insane.
were better.
But yeah, we did some hardcore scouting for our first rebuild. That's how we got like
Oh, man.
Romy, and we had like all these. Like we were mainly looking for tank players at the time because our tank line was pretty scuffed because we didn't really have a main tank, and
Yeah.
TNT and Hunter didn't work well together. So it
They're
was
both just
That's an
feeders.
You have a main
understatement.
tank.
Everyone forgets Duga.
We had a
Everyone,
main
They're
tank.
both just feeders.
everyone
We had a
forgets
main
what they-
tank. We
Dude,
had
my
a main
man
tank.
Duga, he could have been y'all saving grace, but instead y'all had to just collapse.
Alright, here's the thing though. At the beginning, Thumper said that Duga was like a really bad Reinhardt, but he really liked his support. So we just
It
like
was Orisa. He never let me play Reinhardt.
well, he didn't like your main tank, I don't know. And
I
then
didn't like my Orisa.
Feels
and
bad.
then we decided to put him on support when he actually popped off on support.
But yeah,
I
the
think
first
I was
rebuild,
better at tank though.
we put a lot of time into it. Like I don't know why you guys stayed up all night because there was a certain point. Like I stayed up pretty late with you guys, but I was like, okay, I have school in the morning. I gotta call it. But you guys just kept going. I don't know how late you guys went, but
I think we got
that was
pretty
wild.
late. I think sometimes they got to like 3 or 4.
Second rebuild though. Second rebuild is a fun story.
I
Oh,
tried to
because
help a little bit,
that
but-
was a fun
Are
story.
we
Oh,
are
yeah.
we talking about where I come in? Hang on, can I talk
Oh
about how
yeah,
I
me
came in?
too.
wait. You were like
It was before
the
you
last
you were
person,
you
yeah.
yeah
before
you were
that?
in like
Okay.
2.5.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like 2.5.
Okay, I'll say how I got. Well, I can say like I watched the bakery play for Shanghai. I was like, hey, the league seems pretty cool. I just started getting into Overwatch again. I just played a bunch of comp games, and then I saw like 2 teams implode around the same time. It was like, wait, what? And Overcharge or some shit,
I think it was CDC and us.
Yeah,
Or
it
I
was
don't even remember.
CDC.
or something like that. No,
CDC
but
was
Wait, what was
after.
looking for a
CDC
player, and that's when they
died.
picked up Piggy. That's what I remember. Wait, picked up Piggy, and Wait, was looking for like a new hit scan because of how like Spark was super toxic or some shit. And I was thinking about joining either Waitwat or OC, but I ended up going with OC because the bakery specifically told me Waitwat was toxic. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna join Waitwat. I don't really give a fuck. And so then I just messaged.
They also picked up my boy Crybaby, so shout out.
Oh
to
yeah,
him.
but he never got any playtime.
Yeah, he literally didn't show up to like a single scrim. It was pretty funny. He was just kind of there.
Yikes.
But
But yeah.
over that was over. But before 2.5, Overcharge 2, pretty much was we had an aspect as well as like
You had aspects?
another. Yeah.
No, different aspect.
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
thank God.
Eternal.
He's a fucking thrower.
I think we played Eternal though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
played
also
Eternal
we
and
also had
Red Colo.
Eternal,
Oh, that aspect.
but
Colo.
Eternal was well, he wasn't bad, but he just never showed up. Wait, no, I'm thinking of someone else. Am I?
You're thinking of
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
who was
Eternal was there.
Somebody that just never showed up. Oh, Imagine.
Is it-
Yeah, there you
was
go.
it
Yeah,
Imagine.
Oh,
Imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine.
That was in,
Oh, my
after
man.
the second one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Move on to like
And-
Bob Burgers.
yeah. It was all going good and stuff. You know, we all were. We kind of found a synergy with our tank line for like the first time ever.
Yeah, Eternal is really good, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
you know?
We found
But yeah.
synergy with the tank line. Everything was working well.
We were
And then
just
a great
massively
collapse.
underperforming in the second rebuild.
Team imploded. I'm not gonna go into the story of how that happened because we could talk about that for a while.
Yeah, actually,
but
I'd like to know.
team imploded.
Yeah,
I was
we got
basically
time.
Just kidding. I read the Twit logger. I don't need to.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you really want to know what happened, go read my tweet longer. I explained it all there. Just go follow me on Twitter too. At what
Selfless
even
plug.
is my Twitter?
See,
Is
the
it the
funniest
Gallon
thing
Milk?
is that basically right as this
Gallon Milk.
implosion happened, like just a little bit before, me and Cameron started DMing on Discord again, and then I saw the whole implosion happen and how like half the team left, and I was like, damn, that kind of sucks. We were on Vitalize, we were actually planning on yoinking Cameron, but then Cameron managed to convince Milky to like message me, and I gave them a scrim. And now I'm here, so here I am. I could have been a finalist, but
I
it's
was
whatever.
on the verge of leaving. I was on the verge of leaving the team. You know, I was really like kind of just like down after what happened and everything. You know,
And
like-
I came in. I was the saving grace. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, I was on the verge of going to
I was-
Vitalize.
I told Milky, give me like time to think about it. Then I watched Haikyuu, and I was like, you know what? I got this. I gotta stay, man. I gotta stay loyal to my homies.
It's what kept
I-
him motivated.
Dude,
Exactly.
I literally gave
Dude,
everybody
trash.
an ultimatum. I was like, okay, you're like, let it be known we're 0-5 right now, so we're gonna be playing for fun. I'm not gonna take it too seriously.
And that's
And,
what made
like-
everybody leave. Was Milky was
That's
like,
why
yeah,
we ran hardball.
yeah,
against High
Milk was like, we're
Society.
probably not gonna win.
Because I was like so down about it. Like we lost like so many people. Like we lost Eternal Aspect, LPN, like a lot of our like star considered players just like kind of dipped. So
Oh,
I
I
was like,
see.
And then I came back top.
I know
four
I
off
said
Tank
most. I
Guard,
said
bro.
most, Romy, you're
Okay.
still here.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
think Thumper leaving is what drove me to get out.
yeah,
That's
that
what
was
was
rough.
about to make me leave. But you know, Milky dropped the speech, and I was like, you know what? He's keeping it real. You know, he gains respect points from me for that one.
Dude, I'm so grateful for everybody who stayed. I was so worried that night because I thought everybody was gonna dip. But like, that's why I was like, moving into it, I was like desperate looking for free agents. So that's how I picked up like Tropical, Razor. Akimbo was later. Who was the first wave of people I picked up?
Akimbo
Oh,
was
that
It
like-
was
Blaze.
I love-
Tropical and
Blaze
Razor, I
and
believe.
Oh, yeah,
I just
Blaze
caught
too.
him the third
Blaze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
person.
I do think
After I
it's-
left, I tried to help you in like the free agent scouting thing. So I went to one pug, saw Blaze popping off, and wouldn't stop DMing you
Dude.
to add him.
Blaze
Dude,
popped
Blaze was
off
so
in
good.
pugs.
Blaze is insane.
Blaze is
honestly.
still so good.
He is an
It
AI.
sucks that he's on Trig.
Yeah, that
No,
might be
but
my bad.
I came on like
Traded him there.
I came on like 3 days later. I could have joined basically the day like after the implosion, but I decided to give it a scrim because I'm gonna be honest. I looked at your record and I'm like, I don't know if I trust this. But you know, I really liked the scrim and how it went, and Romy is kind of insane. on main
Overcharge
tank.
is a
unlike
team.
unlike the main tank that I was with on Vitalize, no shade. So I had a lot of fun with it, and that's why I joined in.
I love you too,
What's
Kimbo.
really funny for like Vitalize is I was DMing Croc and I was originally gonna go to Vitalize through a trade
You
for
were?
Akimbo, and then like all of a
Oh,
sudden he
fuck.
like pulled out, and like a week later he was asking for projectile DPSs, and then I went to double cap instead.
Huh.
I think what's funny is that
And then they got
after all
killed,
of
and
this,
we all know what happened there.
Milky still kept me, even though I left I almost left the team like on 3 different occasions. I had tryouts with DK and And Milky was
DK's
like,
good.
yes.
DKE Cameron.
Yeah,
Cameron,
literally,
I felt
you know.
so bad for you throughout the entirety of the season, honestly, because me and Cameron were great friends throughout like early season
Yeah.
pugs and all that, and it's like he got drafted to Overcharged, and I see him with a couple of players that I don't really like, and I'm like, oh shit, and then they go 0-5, and he's benched, and it's just, oh man, he didn't, you
Benched
don't
for a
deserve it,
main
dude.
tank.
You were fucking nuts.
My first
You
run-in
kinda-
with Cameron was just me and Cameron just BMing each other, you know, in scrims, and I was just like, I like this guy. He's toxic.
I'm very toxic.
Yeah, Cameron kind of silently carried us through our 2 wins this season, honestly, like with his leadership and his calls.
Yeah,
So, I don't know what he was doing on the bench.
he was
but
analyst.
That's just me.
You know.
I think Thumper just didn't like him, right? Like I didn't really know Thumper,
I
but
think it
from
was
what I
something
heard,
like that.
no,
He-
both
Didn't
times-
he leave
Or
because of
like
Cameron?
LPN more.
Both times I kind of benched myself. So the first time, I was on Lucio, and I wanted Olden, who had been playing Lucio all through Goats meta, to have a shot. And then Duke comes in, plays Lucio for half a scrim, and Thumper's like, "Oh, okay, main tank player, go ahead, play Lucio, go ahead, bye bye." And so
I
Olden
mean,
never
he had
really
his
got.
reasons.
Maybe
Like,
it's
me
just
and
a
Thumper
pride.
were talking about it for like all night one time.
Yeah, and I understand that he's the coach, and I trust his. But at some point, I would just like I wanted I wanted to give Olden a shot, and that was really my main reason for like asking to bench myself because I wanted to watch Olden play and see how he plays because that's how I learn. I'm a visual learner, and I was gonna watch Olden to see how I could improve my gameplay off of his and all. And
You know, if you
then
had voiced that to Thumper, he probably would have given Olden some playtime. in
probably.
scrims.
Yeah, and I had voiced that with LPN and Olden in DMs, but I just never was like Thumper's the coach. I'm gonna let Thumper run the team, and he had chosen Duga, and I was like, okay.
What was the question again?
Yeah,
Like
we got off
I
topic.
think we're off topic.
Okay.
It was
what was
the
it like rebuilding the team for
Yeah.
the 7th?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
pretty much
we're
moved
very
beyond
much
that.
off topic right now.
That's all right. I mean,
Yeah.
we've somewhat answered this next question already. So, well, yeah.
what was
why-
it like?
Yeah, what-
Crazy.
No. Why did you keep Cameron and Duga for so long?
Who's that
Um,
from?
Because they're fucking nuts.
Who's that from?
it might be I don't know.
Anonymous.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
I bet it was from two.
It totally wasn't me trying to think of fair questions.
I feel like that's just some random guy that left the team and is kind of salty.
So why we
Bet it's
kept
Hunter.
Cameron and Duga? Cameron or both of them, at least for the first rebuild. There were obvious problem points on like the original draft, like OC version 1, and like we kind of talked about it. And, like we decided Cameron had potential even though he benched himself, and Duga was like a really solid backup player. I think that's what the reason
Well,
was.
we were originally gonna trade away Duga or like drop him after in the first redone or whatever, and
Yeah,
then
the first rebuild had so many like different
it had
parts
so
to
many
it.
iterations that we were gonna go through. But then we put him on support, and he was like pretty good at support, so we decided to keep him.
Yeah, we essentially kind of rebuilt everything there. And so we decided like, yeah, we can keep these guys. They're good enough. They're not total garbage. Um yeah. And then second rebuild, they just stayed because they decided to stay. Because I wasn't gonna kick anybody off the team at that point. So especially not two people who were there from the beginning. So I was just like, okay. Everybody who wants to
Who
stay can stay.
left?
I think Femi left.
Yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah.
did.
Oh.
Okay. Weird champ.
But yeah.
Leaving us like
Also, Cameron was on the bench for so long. He was kind of like you know, ghosted, like a mystery third coach, kind of. So he
Yeah,
kind of
Cameron-
had a lot of like third person knowledge on like how we were doing, and you know,
Yeah, I want to piggyback on what Akimo said. Yeah, Cameron did some like great calling and like shot calling and stuff. He was a great leader in the team in the second half of the season.
Notice how whenever he left, it's not even the fact that our new support line was bad. It was really just the fact that we were missing on Cameron's calls so much, and then we lost those 3 games. Cameron was. I'm pretty sure the only games you guys won was when Cameron. So I feel like it's a little bit of a sign that Cameron's leadership was really damn important to us, and it's one of the main reasons why we got those 2 in the first place. In my
Oh,
opinion.
by the way,
I wanna-
Olden is in the lobby.
He's just been sitting there waiting.
Just been vibing. There he is.
Hey,
Hi,
Olden.
Wait, we have a second manager?
We have a second manager.
Okay. That's not nice, Razor.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
So
Oh,
I think
this is the last of your team-specific questions. This is specifically to Melky, but everybody can answer. What lineup do you think was the strongest you had in the season?
Ooh.
can I
Keep
pick
it on
and
tour.
choose?
Favorites. Oh shit.
Ooh.
Okay, I
yeah.
gotta say version 3 just because we got the wins with that roster. I think we had the most fun with that roster. I think version 2 had a lot of potential. Like,
Yeah, I also agree with that.
if we
True.
worked with that more, I feel like we could have built up to it. But version 3 came right out the gate swinging. So
So version 3 is Romy, Akimbo, me, Blaze, and then Cameron and Tropical.
Cameron Tropical and Duga. We can't exclude Duga. He was technically part of version 3. My man.
yeah,
Oh, I thought you spent who played.
We can't exclude Kiefer either. Hey, he was in that high society game, bro.
How do
He
you
was
play?
popping
I was there.
He was popping off. He was there.
Props to Kiefer. Kiefer's been sitting on the bench for so long. I can't do that. That's the only
Yeah.
reason why I got a
Yeah.
scrim.
Dude,
I was like, I
left
can't sit on
Vitalize 1 week after being benched, my guy, and my man stayed through the whole season. That's some fucking
Yeah.
dedication.
No, Kiefer didn't even sit there silently. He was like helping us and everything. He was helping
Yes,
our
he
morale and
also
everything. 'cause
yeah
it's so
he,
popular.
he there's a graphical he's our GFX
Oh,
leader.
yeah,
yeah. He's the best GFX artist on the team.
hands down.
So
Probably in the league. So
That's true. I can confirm.
He's also part of rebuild 3.5.2, which is the best rebuild out of all of 5.
We have whole fucking Minecraft
The-
version
The
numbers.
one who did.
patch notes.
3.5.
yes, Overcharge comes with patch notes.
I remember Cameron made like an entire Google Sheets of all the team comps we could run.
I
Oh,
helped him with that. I helped
Bro.
him with that.
The bro code,
I
which he
made
never
like 2
finished.
comps.
Oh,
Yeah, bro code was never finished.
okay.
Honestly-
you want
honestly.
you want I will pop that out and finish that if you guys so
Do
desperate.
it.
want.
Do
Oh,
it
God,
right
that's
now.
so
Alright,
nice.
season
Do it
3 is
right now while we're
Before
in this
season
press
3.
conference.
Before season
It-
3. All right, I'll make a slideshow. And I'll just give it.
Oh my god.
All right. So, how are some ways that you tried to get the team to gel together? Team bonding exercises, scrims, etc.
Oh,
Ooh, I remember in the beginning. I think it was
Really
like the
do
first.
much.
I think no,
play
hang on.
Jackbox.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. Before this, I think in the first week, I was like, "Hey, Milky, we should do something like right before our first game or like before our first game." I DM'd him like on the first week after we had been drafted, and then that night, I think someone had Jackbox. I can't remember who, but someone
I
on
think it
our
was
team was-
LPN. who
Yeah, I
had
think it was LPN who had Jackbox, and I think like 5 of us showed up, and that was the only thing we ever did.
Yeah, that was a very awkward session of
think-
Jackbox.
Yeah,
That was
The only like Jackbox or like anything like that that happened, it was when I first joined OC. I don't remember everybody who was there, but like it was
Oh,
the
yeah,
first or
Imagine.
second. Yeah,
did that too.
Imagine had Jackbox and we all hopped in a VC
Oh.
and played it. It was
My
before I
friend
even
was
got the
there.
role actually.
Yeah.
Milky was like asleep or some shit, so he wasn't able to give me the role, so we had to go into the
Oh,
general
I was at work that
VC.
night.
Yeah.
I remember
I
that.
think I joined that for a little bit, but.
In terms of team bond, I think mostly
Yeah.
we were just joking
Oh
around.
wait,
with each
no,
other.
we should talk about team bonding. Sorry, I was like AFK. I just got back here. If we're talking about team bonding, then there's like the Valorant matchups and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
after
yeah.
season.
I
I
was
didn't
never
have
a
it,
part of that
and
because
neither was
I
Cam, 'cause
I
Cam-
really don't like Valorant
We
that much,
could also
so I
talk
was
about the
never a part of
Thomas.
that.
We
was a-
just stay really.
that
We
was
always were really
post-season,
active
though.
and really friendly with
yeah,
each other.
like Milky getting stuck on the roof was funny, and
Oh yeah. I was late to a scrum one night because I was stuck on my roof.
yeah, we just have memories like that.
I remember that.
For team bonding, we really just memed with each
How
other.
did
in
you
the
get
team
up
VC.
there, Milky?
Okay,
That's what I'm
so
confused
The
about.
ladder.
I got a ladder, and then the ladder fell. I had to wait. Like my parents went on a walk or something. I had to wait for them to get home. Even though
Oh
I could
my
have just
God.
jumped, but I was like,
Did you have your phone or some shit?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, I
the
did.
manager of OverCharged.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Do you stan? No, you.
Who?
I
No.
don't even know
I don't
who
even know
that
who that
is.
is. Yeah, who the
I
fuck is
stand
that?
myself.
He,
I
he
stand
called me a
myself.
he called
We
me a
stand
Kree, though,
Romy in
which
this
means that I'm
household.
cringe.
Who is no you? I'm gonna.
No,
No,
he
you-
was like a novice main tank who is like diamond or
No
something.
mega
I don't
lol.
know.
So
you
the
know,
Romy, so the
he
Romy
called me
of
cringe.
novice division then.
He
I'll
calls
stand
me
to make
cringe a
him feel
lot, so I
happy.
don't know if I do like him. Plus, he's on 9 lives. Yeah, that's a hard no for me.
Yeah, he's the Romy of novice, so I guess
We stand Romy in this household.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Romy stands. I have my
Strictly
I Heart
Romy,
t-shirt.
nobody
Yeah,
else.
we all just we all worship Romy. Like before games, like we just like pray to Romy.
Their whole
Romy,
temples.
yes, exactly.
Oh man, oh man.
They support me watching Haikyuu before the games
Yeah.
and during the games, so.
Exactly.
All right.
All right.
We'll do the one last question. What's your
Alright.
favorite memory to come out of this season?
Definitely the win on the 16.
Powerhouse? Powerhouse? Yeah.
Yeah,
the
win
win
against
against Powerhouse, absolutely.
That was such an
That was-
adrenaline rush and
That
everything.
was so hype.
I just like that
Yeah.
game so much because it was really intense. It
We
was
had no
6
business
maps.
winning that match.
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly. It was like a new team. It was like the complete underdog, a new team that had like a rebuilt of like
Yeah.
teams like we had never played with each other before. Like the starter was not even like we didn't even know who would be playing for starters like
Yeah.
until like 30 minutes before the match. Like I swear I had no idea if I was playing.
And we
And-
were
Yeah,
fresh off of a
dude.
really demoralizing like implosion. This was before Blaze started speaking, so we pretty much had 5 people in comms instead
In
of
the
6.
middle of that, my microphone broke. Stuff
Yep.
like that.
He was
Yeah.
using his headphones.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
No.
He went to use the
You know,
bathroom. We
See,
there
the
was so
craziest
much like
part-
bathroom breaks during that match for no reason.
No, it's
See,
because
the
I was like,
craziest
what?
part to
Yeah.
me, the craziest part to me about all of that was the fact that one, it's against Powerhouse. I think they just came off the back of a win against Shanghai. They were seen as the best team in the league. Meanwhile, we are brand new, basically.
Yeah.
Two, we have so much pressure because we had to win every single game for the rest of the season to even have a chance at playoffs, which we
Yeah.
didn't end up doing anyways. But whatever.
Yeah.
And 3, we hadn't even won a control map yet. And it was a 6-map series, and it was so intense and so hype. It was so much fun to me.
Yeah.
That is a match to
I
write
think that was
about.
the best
Okay,
match
that
in the
is-
entire league because I'd been previously spectating like Shanghai's games and stuff, and I thought that was the closest one, the most exciting one. You know.
I mean,
Personally.
my individual
I was
favorite
watching
memory was
Haikyuu the
was
entire time.
my individual favorite memory was I was on when I was on Vitalize and I played bot burgers and ate like Mayolts and shit. But on Overcharge, that's definitely like
Yeah,
it's some of the most fun
in
I've had
terms
in
of a
Overwatch.
play, my one of my memories would have to be like, it was on Hollywood against I think it was Shanghai or a Yoink, and Cameron nano boosted me, and I kind of
Oh
just
yeah.
we pretty much like
6-man
4v2
shatter.
or 6v2.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, I remember that at the end of Hollywood.
yeah, that was a crazy
Oh,
moment.
that was so
That
good.
Hollywood
That
map
was
in
so
general, I
good.
got a 6-man shatter.
Yeah, that was the one map I played against Shanghai. I remember.
Yeah.
I think my personal favorite memory, more of an individual one. I was just told from Thumper that like my main tank was so boring to watch. It was just one smile, and like I was super boomed. And then ever since I was benched, I just dropped a bunch of my SR for tank, and I just played it less, and I just played the game less altogether. And then Fimi messaged me and he said, "Hey, you should be playing support." And I'm like, "Really? Why?" And he's like, "Well, because first of all, your honest stats are better than Cameron's." And he shows me an overbuff screenshot. And I'm like, "Oh wow, okay."
You know, Cameron is rated like number 70 on Kree on Overbuff.
On my new
Really?
account.
Yeah, like seriously, check him. Like if I go to Overbuff and look at
Jeez.
Cameron, he's like an 80% win rate.
My new account, yeah. My old account is at 2.3 for support, by the way.
You know,
So-
Duga, I had something similar to that happen. Once again at the start of the season, because I signed up originally as a main support, and one day I filled in for a scrim because Note, who was our off tank at the time, and Vitalize couldn't make it, and they really liked my diva play for some reason. So one day Croc just messaged me like, "Hey, you want a starting spot, right?" And I said, "Yeah," and he was like, "Okay, you're gonna be an off tank now," and the rest is history, you could say.
And
I also had
left
a
'cause he
really
got
good
benched.
memory just getting picked up by Milky. Like I was kind of feeling slightly boomed that no team drafted me, even though I was kind of rolling their off tanks in pugs and stuff. I just didn't go to enough of them. And then I get a DM from Thumper.
I never even saw you in Pugs. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I
I
had
went to
no
like
clue who you
3.
were.
I went to like 3 or 4.
I had no clue who you were going into the whenever they picked you up. I was like, as long as it's better than a Hunter 27 King, we'll be fine.
I think
Oh, yeah.
Sonic is the only reason I got drafted.
I was also told by the bakery that OC was a pretty solid team, and he thought that the DPS were holding them back. So I was like, okay, that's another thing. That's just random. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys.
As far as my favorite memory, I'm going back to the 2 Powerhouse games. Okay. Funny story about the first one.
Both of them were really good. I watched the
Okay.
old one as well.
The first one against Powerhouse. This is a crazy story.
I
So
was there.
that night I was coming down with the flu. So I was literally like sitting here at my desk shaking because I was like I built this roster in like 3 days. And I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was like freaking out and I was just shaking because I was like about to get sick. So
Yeah.
that was a crazy series just because like my heart rate was up the entire time. And similarly with the second one, like I was shaking during that one too. There was this meme in OC
Time for
where
another map 5.
time for another map 5 guys, and I was just freaking out because I couldn't handle it.
Also, can we get somebody to upload that second Powerhouse game onto YouTube already? Like,
No, it's on there.
It's on there. It's on there.
Yeah.
okay then.
All
I know
all
what I'm
inter
doing for
games
the
are
rest
on
of my
YouTube
life.
already, other than the All Stars game, which was a really damn fun to
Yeah.
be
What
in.
was that like?
It was
Dude,
hilarious.
the All Star game was incredible.
I didn't watch
Bro,
it.
I popped
Just
off on the
spoiler alert, it was
Widowmaker,
just
okay?
like we're gonna troll and just like meme whenever Grape is not in. Whenever Grape is in, we're gonna just go super try hard and just be
We-
like, it's the Grape difference.
We went full try hard every single map that Grape was in, and then the rest of them we just kind of fucked around. It was so much fun. 'Cause my soldier
Overcharged.
kind of
keep
popped at the
going
end
off.
of the King's Row game. At the end of King's Row, my soldier was nuts. That's all I gotta say.
You're playing fucking DPS. Nice.
Yes, dude.
Oh,
I,
he
I,
said
I
the F
played
word.
every single
I
role
can't
in the
believe
game
it.
in that
He
one
said it
match.
several
and
times before
Milky's,
He's
Have I?
Milky
benched.
still never put me on Echo in the High Society game.
Did I
which
give
is
you a
so
scrim?
nice.
I gave you a
Yeah,
Yeah, he
scrim.
gave him
You
a
gave me,
scrim.
you
Yeah,
gave
yeah.
me a scrim, and then you said, "All right, we'll put you in for one map during the game," and then you didn't fucking.
No,
do
I
it.
said
he said
if
yeah.
we're winning. I said if we're winning, I'll put you in for a map.
Dude,
And
why does
we
it
got
matter? Our
3-0'd.
playoff hopes are already destroyed. You subbed Ironic in. That's the perfect time to put me in on DPS. Like, come on.
Yeah, we.
You're just missing opportunities. I would have carried. We would have literally reverse swept.
I sent a new
that's-
bro code in OC General. Or OC
Oh,
Team
really?
General.
All right. Well, thank you guys
Always
for coming
do
out
up
here.
here, bros.
It's been a good press conference, and I mean, good luck if
Fine.
you come back. If you don't, good luck on other things.
Final thing is that
Watch my
Overcharge.
novice.
The thing you gotta know about Overcharge. Overcharge is a team where
Thank you.
where the numbers don't do it justice. Don't do it justice. You gotta
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
like, you gotta look at all of us and you gotta get the whole picture before you get a judgment of Overcharge.
Facts.
Thank you, Romeo W.
Amen.
Yes. But yeah, that's also my Twitter tag, by the way.
Ramen.
Also GG Romy on Twitch, by the way.
I trained novice next
Trying to
season.
get to 15 followers by the end of this year.
You're really out here plugging. Support the Chimp Club in a Horizon League because it's like half OC members. So
Basically, yeah.
yeah. If you liked us then, you should like us now because we're kind of like we're not rolling, but we're 3-0, so we're undefeated.
Okay.
So we're kind of crap.
Already
only-
better than
Yeah.
OC's doing. Or
Yeah,
did.
you've
Yeah, you
already
don't know
won one
anything
game.
Yeah.
about
with
what he's
Messi.
doing. Okay, Milky's on the team. He hasn't made a scrim in weeks, my guy. I'm telling you. Milky,
Okay, the
we
one
might
night-
just have to like.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get released.
We might have to, man. I don't know.
Dude, I got
You're
a
literally gonna get
job.
dropped.
Okay.
Milk and sign.
We'll just pick up Zuga.
I'm leaving
Okay.
Horizon League. I'm done with that.
Imagine.
I'm D ranking to be
I'll play flex support.